Sefer Yehoshua, Perek Beis. In Bamidbar Rabbah it says, Ein lecha chaviv lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There's no one as precious before Hashem, kishliach shemishtalech, than a messenger who is sent, lasos mitzvah, to do a mitzvah, v'nosei nafsho, and he is moser nefesh, kidei sheyitzlach b'shlichuso, in order to be successful in that which he was sent for. Ve'ein lecha b'nei adam, and you don't have any people, shenishtachu lasos mitzvah, who are sent to do a mitzvah, v'nosnu nafsham la'atzliach b'shlichusan, and were moser nefesh, to be successful in their job that they were sent for. Ke'osan shnayim, like those two, sheshalach Yehoshua ben Nun, that Yehoshua ben Nun sent. Shenemar, as it says, vayishlach Yehoshua ben Nun min hashitim shnayim. Yehoshua ben Nun sent two people from Shittim. Mihayu, who were they? Shanu Ravoseinu, our rabbis taught us, Elu Pinchas v'Kalev, these were Pinchas and Kalev. V'halchu v'nasu nafsham, they went and they were moser nefesh, v'etzlichu, and they were successful, b'shlichusan, in their job that they were sent for. The Sefer Musar Nevi'im says an interesting thing. He says, what's the chiddush of this medrash? He says, the Gemara in Sota, and Daf Chaf Aleph Mod Aleph, says that when a person is involved in doing a mitzvah, it protects him from suffering, but it doesn't protect him from the Yetzer Hara. And that's why we find that the Meraglim, the spies that Moshe sent, sinned. They weren't protected from the Yetzer Hara. However, if someone does a mitzvah with Mesiras Nefesh, with true sacrifice, with great sacrifice, then he gets a lot of strength, and it protects him from sin. We see that the spies that Yehoshua sent were Moser Nefesh. They took a great risk, they were successful, and nothing bad came out of this, and they didn't sin. So the first thing we see here is the great power of Mesiras Nefesh. Doing a mitzvah is a great thing in itself, but when one does a mitzvah with Mesiras Nefesh, it has the extra power of protecting him from his Yetzer Hara. The mitzvah of learning Torah has that power also, even without Mesiras Nefesh. When one learns Torah, it protects him while he's learning, both from the suffering and from the Yetzer Hara. Second point is, the Medrash says the following in Yalkut Shimoni. It says, Shnayim anashim meraglim cheresh lemor. So, what exactly were the meraglim sent to do? Mahu cheresh lemor. What does it mean, cheresh? Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Rabbi Yehuda says, Klei negaras hayabiyadon kinegarim. They had tools as if they were carpenters. Rab Nechemya Amar Asu Asman Kedarim. He said they acted as if they were potters. V'hayutzoakim v'omrim, and they were yelling and saying, Hare Kederos, here's pots. Misha Yirtze Yavov Yiknu, whoever wants can come and buy them. Lama, why do they do that? Shelo Yargish Bahem Adam, so no one would sense or suspect that they were spies. The Sefer Musar Nevi'im once again offers an interesting insight. He says, from this we can learn that the Jews have a specific way they should act when they're in Gullus. When we're amongst the Goyim, who naturally have a sinna towards us, so when they see that we're being successful, particularly monetarily, then that breeds kina, jealousy, and sinna and hatred. It gets very strong. And the only solution is to stay in the shadow and to be involved in simple types of jobs like being a potter or a carpenter. And then our enemies won't focus on us. And perhaps that's a good lesson for us to learn. Nowadays, there's a lot of very wealthy people in the news, from people, and when the Goyim hear about this, it's very likely that they get jealous of us, and we should learn from this and from what Yaakov said to his sons, Lama Tisra'u, meaning don't stand out as if you have a lot of food, because then the Goyim will be jealous. A third point is that it says that Rachav was Zocha to marry Yehoshua, and from her came Nevi'im and Kohanim. And the question is, why was she Zocha to that? So the Sefer Musar HaNevi'im says that Rachav, from the time that she was 10 years old until she was 50, for 40 years, she was a Zona. She was in a very, very low level amongst people who are on a very low level. Yet, what happened? She decided to cling to the Jewish nation and to Hashem. And she was Moser Nefesh. She risked her life for these Meraglim. So, the combination of the Mesiras Nefesh that she exhibited and the tshuva that she did was so powerful that from that she was zocha to Nevi'im and Kohanim, whose jobs are, at least partially, to get the rest of the nation to do tshuva. That's what the Nevi'im do. And to be Moser Nefesh. It says, V'haser Satan milefanenu u'me'acharenu. We ask Hashem to remove the Yetzer Hara from before us and from after us. And one shot is, before we do an Avera, we should be safe from the Yetzer Hara. And even after we do an Avera, we should be safe from the Yetzer Hara. What's the Yetzer Hara after the Avera? So one of the aspects of the Yetzer Hara after the Avera is that it's very easy to fall into Yush, to fall into despair and feel, I blew it, I'm so low. We learn from Rachav not to feel that way. Despite her being so low for so long, she reached a very high madrega.